I'm Dr. Jason Levy, and I'm a sports chiropractor with offices located here in Morristown and in Short Hills, New Jersey. I'm really happy to be on this video here today to talk about recovery tools for runners, things that'll help you freshen up your legs after a hard training day and help you feel your best and train at your best. I think recovery is just as important as training. However, most of us really don't spend any time recovering or doing anything for our bodies to help our legs freshen up and feel better for the next day. We're lucky if we do a little post-run stretch and hop in the shower and get on with our day. So I want you to think of recovery as preventing injury. Because if you don't take care of yourself, sadly, especially for runners, and the volume and the friction that develops, you're going to end up injured.
Go ahead.
Now, you might be wondering what we're talking about when I use the word recovery. Okay? Well, I want you to think of recovery as removing fluids out of your muscles. So what I mean by that, we're getting the bad stuff out that develops as we put the pounding on our muscles, and we're bringing new blood, new oxygen, fresh blood and oxygen into the muscles to help you recover and feel your best. Also, when we talk about recovery, we want to talk about loosening up tight muscles. You can develop friction and adhesions and trigger points from the friction that occurs when you run between your muscles and your fascia. Now, today I have a bunch of tools here that you could use at home to help you recover your best, feel your best, train at your best. So here we go. Now, we're going to start with, this is a stick. There are a number of different companies. This is a trigger point therapy stick, and as you can see, it's a massage stick. If you want it home and you have a little roller in your drawer, you could use that too. There's a bunch on the market. There's this one type, there's another type here, and again, if you search online, you'll see tons. And by the way, all the items that I'm showing you today, I'm sure you could get in the local running store or online. What's nice about these is they're portable. You could take them anywhere, you could use them, keep them next to the couch, and basically, you could run them over your thigh. You could run them on your hamstring, and certainly if you're sitting down, it could be easier as well. You could use it on the front of your shin. You could use it on your calf, okay? And again, if you're sitting, it becomes a lot easier. The key is just making sure that your muscles are nice and relaxed. Now, how much pressure? Really, you can use as much pressure as you like. You don't have to beat yourself up too bad, but enough to just feel that those muscles and those tight spots are getting loosened up. And I should mention, as you're working, you're scanning those muscles, might feel fine, and that's okay. You could just do it for 30 seconds to a minute, but let's say you find a tight spot like I have here. You give a little more pressure, spend maybe 10 seconds to 30 seconds just kind of working out that tightness in there, okay? So that's the stick. Now, this torturous device, actually this clamp device, is called an R8 roll recovery. Really nice for kind of getting a little deeper in there and with a lot less effort on your end. And all you do is you clamp it on, and again, you roll it. So this, you can get your hamstring and your quadriceps. You can get the inner thigh. You can get your IT band. Working with that R8 roll recovery. Really nice. Again, similar to the stick, but just a little easier to use. And again, you can certainly use it down into your lower leg as well. You just want to keep it off of the bone. So right here, I got a nice spot in my calf. I can spend a little more time just working that out. Like I said, maybe 30 seconds. You can go to a minute if you like. And by the way, all these tools you could use daily. However, if you're sore the next day, take a day off or take 2 days off, because I don't want you to be beating yourself up too bad, okay? The next item, the Hypervolt. There are a lot of these type of devices on the market now. This one's by Apex Recovery. Again, if you search online, you'll see tons of them. Really, really nice. They use percussion and vibration. You press the button, and you could massage the sore muscles in your body. Again, all of these, what we're trying to do, as we talked about earlier, get new blood in, fresh oxygen and blood to help the muscles heal and recover. Also breaking up those trigger points in the muscle. You could even use it in your pecs. You can use your forearms. Just again, stay off the bone. Really nice. Let's talk about recovery boots, or Normatec recovery boots here. There are a number on the market again. Normatec's a great company used by most of the professional teams that I work with. Very nice. little high in price point. There are some places where you can go and have a session. In our office, you can come in for a session. You don't have to buy them yourself. But if you want, you can certainly buy them. They're online. You unzip them. You put in each of your legs. You can zip them up afterwards while they're on your leg. And typically I do this without a sneaker. You could be in sweatpants, track pants, socks, and you're going to plug this into a tube that's going to go to a machine. What's really nice about these is there are 5 chambers, and each chamber is going to squeeze and release and squeeze and release and slowly work its way to milk blood, all the bad stuff out of your legs and bring fresh blood in. It feels really nice. Typically a normal session is 30 minutes, but you could certainly go for longer than that if you like. Again, you could watch TV, you could do work on your couch if you like. Really, really nice device for helping to freshen up your legs. Again, a little expensive to buy on your own, but might be really well worth it. Finally, we're going to talk about the foam roller and a lacrosse ball. And again, you can use a lacrosse ball, you can use a baseball, any kind of ball like this that you have that's relatively hard. A tennis ball is fine too. Now, foam rollers, again, the same ideas. We're using this to bring new blood to the area. We're using this to massage muscles, help to break up adhesions, scar tissue that develops from the friction that occurs from running. So again, there's fascia. Fascia is like connective tissue that covers our muscles. And due to the friction of running, over time you can develop little adhesions, little trigger points, and there's sore areas in your muscles. And over time, if they're not taken care of, that'll change the way you run, which will then change your gait, which will then, you'll end up with injuries. So, you could end up with knee pain, hip pain, back pain, plantar fasciitis, all different sorts of issues if you have these trigger points in your muscles. So, we have on our website all the exercises that you can do for your body, which if you like, it's aprcnj.com. Again, it's www.aprcnj.com. But right now, why don't I demonstrate a few of the basic areas that you can do this on. Now, before I do that, let me just mention, people ask, what are the common questions that people ask? They ask, well, what type of foam roller should I get? Because this is one type, right? There's the styrofoam types. There are the ones that have big bumps and things on them. Again, I don't really care so much what you use. We like this one because it has kind of a PVC pipe, so it doesn't break down. You could have this for years. And also, if you're going to be traveling and running in a race somewhere else outside of the area, you could pack your socks, your underwear, your shorts, your shirt, everything in here and travel with it, okay? So we're going to demonstrate how to do the calf and a few other structures now. So demonstrating for your calf, you can start just a little bit above your heel. You can have your sneakers on, or if you like, you can certainly have them off. You can go with 2 legs or 1 leg. So this would be kind of a beginner move where you could just lift up off your tush and roll slightly. Now again, I don't suggest doing these big sweeping movements there. I like to kind of break up the area into a few different segments. Now for you, some of you might be like, I don't really feel a whole lot of pressure, so you can cross the uninvolved leg over the involved leg, and you can scan, go a little bit on the inside, up the middle, a little bit on the outside. And once you find the spot, go back and forth, okay? Now also you can advance it a little bit by lifting up, go back and forth, and moving your foot up and down, okay? If it's too much on your shoulders, you could kind of change things up a little bit. You could rest on your elbows and try to do it that way. Now, most people do fine with this for their calves. If not, you can take a few books, put a lacrosse ball on top of the books, and that'll get a little more pressure up into that area. Hamstring, again, you can come 1 leg hamstring. You can go both, okay? If that's not enough, a lacrosse ball might be a little small, so even a softball. Again, you can put that underneath here, or if you want to raise it up with some books, you can do that too. This way, to get in a little deeper. The IT band. This is always a real good one here. The IT band stands for the iliotibial band. It goes from the crest of your pelvis all the way down to your knee here. Start just above the side of your knee here. I like to have the uninvolved leg over. I like to be on my elbow. You can be on your hand, but that's a little more pressure on your shoulder. Right here, and you just slide back and forth. You can scan a little to the front, get a little of the front side of it, middle, back side. So this is for your iliotibial band. This can be pretty uncomfortable for many people, so you want to be careful with this. And again, you're going to start it just above your knee. If you don't feel anything here, work to the next section. Just keep working until you find a little sore spot, and then again, spend a little time there. You can advance it by moving your leg back and forth if you like. That's the IT band. Finally, we'll show you the quads. Again, you can go both quads. I would start just above the kneecap, be on your hands or on your elbows. Scan here is for both, or if you like to do one at a time, down here. This will give you a little more pressure when it's one leg. Slowly. Now, if you want to advance it, you could slowly roll and flex your leg while you roll. And for the quad, I would work all the way from the knee all the way to the press. Now, like I said, there are a lot of body parts you can work with the foam roller. This is just a few of them to show you that would really help you hit some key muscles for when you run.